Good morning, you legends, and it's an early morning because today I'm doing a show in Luxembourg. Let me get my bag, and that's a pretty long drive. And also this, by the way, is not my place. As a good comedian, I'm crashing in other people's places. That's what we do. Now let's hit the road. Hey there, you lovely legends. My name is Fedor. I'm a stand-up comedian. Not a famous one. I don't have a Netflix special. I just tour the world to perform in dodgy bars, in weird places. And in this vlog, we're gonna have a look at what the fuck that looks like. So, Luxembourg. What can I tell you guys about Luxembourg? Luxembourg is a tiny country, a really small country. It's only about 7 football fields wide. You can see the Great Wall of China from outer space, but by the heck of it, you could never find Luxembourg from outer space. If you are looking for it, however, it's a landlocked country stuck in between Germany, France and Belgium. And throughout history, it has been incorporated by a lot of their neighbors, and with every divorce, it lost a little bit of land. That's how it ended up being so tiny. It also been part of the Netherlands several times in history, but at some point, the last time it split off from the Netherlands because the Netherlands had a female ruler and Luxembourg would not accept a female ruler. Hence, they're a bit misogynistic assholes. Being a small country, they also have a small population, only 600,000 people live there. Almost half of them are international expats, so it's a very international country with a large Portuguese population for some reason. I did not look into that. They're also a very wealthy country. They're the second most wealthy people in the world. They have the second highest GDP per capita in the world. Whatever the fuck a GDP may be. Who knows? I don't care. Maybe it's a hamster. Who knows? Probably as a consequence of this, they also have the highest rents in Europe. It's pretty much unaffordable. Yet, it also has the highest divorce rate in Europe. 89% of all the marriages end up in divorce, which is insane. Like only 1 in 10 marriages make it. Like at those odds, why the hell even bother? And why the hell would you divorce if rent is that high, for fuck's sake? Unfortunately, they also have the highest carbon footprint in the world. They're the most polluting people per capita in the world. They're also a country that invests a lot in space, which to me means that they have accepted the fact that Earth is ruined and destroyed, and they're getting ready to move out to Mars to start a Dutchy there, because Luxembourg is a weird monarchy called a Dutchy, and they have a Grand Duke, and at some point we will have a Grand Duchy and a Duke on Mars. I am on my way to Luxembourg to do my solo show, Dude, Where's My Karma? Which actually haven't performed in a few months because I've been touring with other shows and there's been a lockdown. So I've kind of lost the pace, the rhythm of my show. So what I did is I wrote down my set list, basically my game plan for tonight, with a ridiculously big handwriting, you know, like a psychopath would write down a bomb letter or a hostage note, whatever. And stuck it to my dashboard so that I can put these 4 hours, because it's a 4-hour drive to Luxembourg, to good use. This is also comedy touring life. Doing your admin on the side of a highway, setting up promotions for the next show. Fun! So Luxembourg, the city, has a lower and an upper part. We're gonna stay in the upper part today because I don't have time to go to the lower part because the show already starts in 2 hours. But the lower part is actually quite nice. It's an older bit. You can walk around and you can get there by elevator. Look, there's the actual elevator. It's just a big concrete tower and you got a free elevator. It's cool. Banks. Got a lot of banks in this city. I kind of like the architecture. It's not mind-blowing, it's not special, it doesn't actually look that wealthy and fancy, the whole place. You know, except for the fact that they've got huge Lego blocks just lying around. But it really feels like a mix in style and architecture between like Germany, France and a bit of Belgium. which is not a good thing. Belgium architecture, sorry Belgium, is pretty ugly. You got this whole green part, this whole valley where also the Grund is in, like the lower part. Large parts of that are like super green and foresty. The whole country is pretty green. Even though it has the highest carbon footprint in the world per capita, it's actually a pretty green looking country and city, which is a bit weird. Oh, another bank. Ooh, and the trams are really cool. Like, they look nice, they look super modern. Also on the inside, you have like LEDs in the chairs. It's amazing. And it's free. Public transport in Luxembourg is actually public transport. It's properly free. It's amazing. I like that there's a random tower in the middle of a neighborhood with a toy tower next to it. Okay, heading to the venue now. Weird neighborhood to go to for a venue. Doesn't feel like it's very buzzing, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm gonna have a 16-year-old Russian guy opening for me that I've never met. He's very new to comedy, obviously. He's very new to everything. He's 16 and apparently does a lot of dirty jokes, so it makes it a bit pedophilic to laugh. But okay, we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's it. This is the place.
He's been around the world. He's from the Netherlands. Please welcome Fedor the I spoke to some of the guys that have been here before, like last week, and they said, Luxembourg's so interesting, they're so wealthy, they've got a lot of disposable income. And I think this whole idea of disposable income sounds weird to me, but now that I've arrived here, now I get it. Because you paid money to look at a random guy you don't know, and some 16-year-old talking about jerking off. That's disposing of your income. That's throwing it away. There's no discussion with the Bulgarian no. I've looked it up. They have the lowest divorce rate in Europe. Because if one says, I want to get a divorce, the other one just goes, no. And you have more kids, that's how it works. Which is, you guys can learn something from that, because you have by far the highest divorce rate in Europe. Yeah, how many divorces have you had? Today. I miss the language, I miss the Dutch language. Even though, I'm going to be honest with you, I was making fun of the German language. The Dutch language does not sound much better. We used to have, when I was a kid, I grew up, my parents had a cat, and the cat would always, lick itself and then get a fur ball and then would be like, and as a kid I was always be like, oh, he's trying to speak Dutch to me. No, but my mind was literally blown that there are, like, people speak French and then another language, because I actually grew up in France. I did not know this was possible. I wanted to close off with saying something serious, because it is sincerely a weird and awkward time we're living in. That makes me appreciate this more. I think it's amazing that on a night like this we can come here together with all different nationalities, genders, preferences, colors, all come together by making fun of the French. It's amazing!
That was an absolutely sensational show. Honestly, already the venue was amazing. It was like a speakeasy kind of vibe, and also like a gorgeous backstage room. I didn't expect that in this neighborhood, because it was like it's a residential neighborhood. You don't expect such a fancy, nice place in there, which was perfectly set up for comedy. And Back to the Roof, completely sold out. And it was such a good vibe, mainly because, like, Carlitos, the host, who organizes the shows for Luxembourg Laughs Out Loud, LOL, he did a great job, not just on stage, but specifically off stage. He already talked to every audience member before the show. It was a really open and relaxed vibe. So when I got on, they were like super hot and warm and good to go. I had so many laughs from them, so many applause breaks, to the point that it was annoying that they would laugh at the small setup joke that leads up to the big joke. Would take the whole energy out of, like, the rhythm out of it, but that's a luxury problem to have, man. It's afterwards, so many chats and so many drinks with audience members was absolutely amazing. Crashed at Carlitos' place, where we had more drinks which is like nicely in a nice quiet area, nice and green. So that was good to wake up to with this gigantic hangover, which is a pain in the ass because I do need to drive all the way to Amsterdam because I have a show there tonight. So that's going to be a lot of driving. But first, I'm going to do some last minute shopping, because some things are still cheaper to buy here in Luxembourg. For you guys, I hope you enjoyed. So of course, you know, like, subscribe and massage your kitten, because we all need to massage your kitten sometimes. Cool stuff coming up, you know the drill. I'm out of here.